Cabrini Green public housing residents and their supporters from across the city were ready to confront the Cook County Sheriff's expected to evict Lanice Forrest on November 17, 2009 at the Chicago Housing Authority's Cabrini Green row houses. Forrest, a mother of two and a tenant there for the past 19 years, eviction is currently being appealed. But the Sheriff's Department informed Forrest that the appeal did not affect their order to evict her and her family that day. So her supporters came out poised to create a human blockade to stop the sheriffs from carrying out Forrest's eviction. The expected confrontation marked the launching of a Chicago anti-eviction campaign, which is an independent human rights council. While waiting for the sheriffs to arrive, the newly formed anti-eviction campaign held a press conference with Forrest outside in front of her home with the message of, quote, "While the rich get bailed out, we will not allow the poor to be put out."
Today with the Chicago anti-eviction campaign, a group of organizations that came together along with residents from across the city who felt that it was inhumane and immoral to be evicting single mothers, people on fixed income. We are here today to demand that our city, local housing authority, federal housing authority, put a moratorium on the eviction of people on fixed income in public housing, subsidized housing, and in Section 8 housing. Our government has bailed out the banks. They have bailed out the auto industry. They have saved a few foreclosed people, but there has been nothing done for the homeless populations in these cities and nothing done to help people with rental assistance living in public housing, subsidized housing, and Section 8 housing. As we all know, these are some trying times in America. Unemployment almost at an all-time high. People are finding it hard to find work in this country. If you cannot find work, you cannot maintain an income. If you cannot maintain an income, you cannot pay rent. Should the punishment be homelessness? We don't think so. So we as residents of the city of Chicago and Cabrini Green have came together and say this will be the last eviction. There will be no eviction. We're against any eviction of poor people in our country and in our city. At this time I would like to introduce Lanice Forrest. But let's be clear on this. We are all Lanice Forrest. Be it today or tomorrow, this can happen to any of our loved ones. Thank you.
All right, all right.
Hello, I'm Lanice Forrest, and I just came out to thank everybody for coming out and helping me in my situation. And then I know it's a lot of people out here in my neighborhood going through the same things, and I just don't want to move, and I just need some understanding from someone, and I'm just asking for help for just to go on with my life and help and have my kids have a good upbringing or make sure that I will have a good Thanksgiving. I would like to thank the person coming out and interviewing me for my story and everybody else that helped me.
All right, all right, all right.
We just want to announce, like it's been repeated already, my name is Matt Ginsberg-Jacob. I'm also with the Chicago Anti-Eviction Campaign and the STOP organization. This is just the beginning. Whenever the sheriff comes, they will find resistance here. After the sheriff leaves, if they come here when there's not enough people, we will move Lanice back in this apartment, because this is a statement that from here on out, no evictions will be tolerated based on economics in the city of Chicago. They bailed out the rich, and as long as they keep on bailing out the rich, if the rich get bailed out, nobody's going to get put out, and that's our message. It's simple and it's clear and straight to the point. This is part of a campaign that's international. We just had a visitor from the South African anti-eviction campaign. He will be back here and supporting this blockade if it's still up in a week when he gets back. Around the world, they're trying to put people out of their homes because they want the land back for development, but we've already seen that is exactly the kind of mentality that got us into this economic crisis in the first place. And so it's got to stop somewhere. It's going to stop here. So our motto is, and everyone's going to join me with this, housing is a human right. We won't go without a fight.
Housing is a human right. We won't go without a fight.
Housing is a human right.
We won't go without a fight.
Housing is a human right.
We won't go without a fight.
All right, we'll take questions now.
I got a question. You was on a payment plan, right? And so all of a sudden they want to evict you. Well, why they want to evict you if he was on a payment plan with management, right?
That was the company before this company that's in now.
When was that, and who was the company?
When was
When was you on the payment plan, and when
2006.
and when the new what is the name of the new company?
H.J. Russell.
Who?
Previous company was UPA.
UPA,
Urban Property Advisors. They lost their contract when the gate filling killed a 3-year-old boy. They
Yeah.
did not transfer the file. It's like standard practice with the Chicago Housing Authority. When management companies take over, they don't take over the files. And the previous management company accepted her on an earned income disallowance on a payment plan. The new management company, which we've been told by a lot of residents, have been very disrespectful and would not accept payment plans.
Why they saying they want to accept your payment plan? Why?
They never told me why.
They had no answer.
They have been irresponsible to the local advisory council over here. They have been irresponsive and disrespectful to the residents of this community. It's standard procedures when you're dealing with management companies contracted by the housing authority.
Then they want to give us 7 days without giving us a 30-day notice.
Oh, you didn't get 30-day notice?
No, I gave us 7
I
days.
got a 14-day notice after I contacted them.
When was that?
February 08. February of 08.
February 08, you got a notice, but they just evicted you. That's more than 90 days, ain't it?
That's because I fought it.
She fought it. She's been illegal throughout the process over the course of a year. She has been fighting this illegal with no assistance from various legal aid foundations and Cabrini Green Legal Aid. She had to find an attorney on her own. So this is just one resident who didn't know the standard procedures of how to fight an eviction. And she had to go through a whole legal process by herself.
So you've been fighting this since February, and now today is the day that the county sheriff said they're coming to.
They came last week, so they said they were coming back today.
And how much notice did they give you, the sheriffs?
7 days.
What we say to the sheriff office is this. You know, the sheriff, Tom Dart, did a lot when he refused to evict tenants out of foreclosed homes. We saying have a heart for the people at the bottom. Refuse to evict this young lady living in public housing. She deserves a home. The holidays are coming up.
Yes.
And we reach into the hearts of man today. We really are in authorities. Have a heart.
What would Jesus do? Jesus wouldn't evict you.
And have you been paying your rent this whole time, just on a payment plan?
No, before, they wouldn't give me a payment.
So since they stopped giving you a payment plan, you haven't paid anything?
Once you're in legal, the housing authority refuses to accept your rent.
So now, I mean, if you did win and you did stay here, would you have a huge backlog you would owe still?
Did you speak to the CHA, like Louis Jordan or somebody over there to see? Because, like y'all said, the holiday month's coming up, and you got children, and usually they said they'll try to not put you out in the winter months. Did y'all speak to, like, CHA?
We communicated with Dwayne Bailey at the Chicago Housing Authority. He said he had just got news of this. I was told that was not true, that Lanice had visited the alderman office, who also gave her a letter of support. The alderman did tender to her a letter of support for her to stay in her unit and to stay in her community. He tried numerous times to reach out to the housing authority to no avail.
Do you have anywhere else to go?
For reasons unknown, Cook County sheriffs were a no-show, allowing Forrest and her family to stay another day in the place she calls home.